Okay, here's my attempt at a song. A positive times a positive is a positive. A negative times a positive is a negative. A negative times a negative is a positive. These are the rules for the signs. If you have the same signs, you get a positive. But if you have different, you get a negative. But if you have the same, you get a positive. These are the rules for the signs. Yay! Okay, this is multiplying and dividing integers. We just talked about the rules. Therefore, let's write them here. The rules for multiplying and dividing integers are the same. Woohoo, right? The following rules only work for multiplying and dividing. Do not mix them up with adding and subtracting, okay? So you must only use these for multiply and divide. Don't start mixing them up. That would be very, very bad. Okay. If the numbers have same signs, the answer will be positive. Right? If the numbers have different signs, the answer will be negative. And that's really all you have to remember for multiplying and dividing. It is so much easier than adding and subtracting, and I think you're going to see that here with our example. So our example here says -3 times, remember, this means multiplication. This also means multiplication, or this means multiplication. You have to understand when you see this, it means to multiply. Okay, so let's do some steps here. All right, these are pretty simple. See if the numbers have same or different, different signs. Same signs equal positive answers. Different signs equal negative answers. Okay, so let's look back up here at example. We look and we see that this is a -3 and this is a +4. And so we see that they have different signs, so I know my answer is going to be negative. Okay, so I know that this answer to here is going to end up being negative. Now, this third step is multiply or divide the numbers, forget about the signs, okay? So we already determined whether they're negative or positive, okay? Now we're going to forget the signs and simply multiply the numbers in this situation. 3 times 4 is 12, okay? And then put the sign from step 2 in front of your answer from number 3, okay? Basically, it's this. You determine if it's positive or negative by looking at the signs. You multiply, you put the sign back in front of the number, and you have your answer. Woohoo! Much easier than adding and subtracting, right? Okay, so let's try these together. And then you can pause and try these ones on your own. So these signs are different, so I automatically know that this is going to be a negative answer. 4 times 8, well, if you know your multiplication, that would equal 32, which you should know it at that point. This one, signs, this one's negative, this one's a positive, so I have different signs again, therefore my answer is negative. 5 times 20, okay, well, that's 5 groups of 20, or you can do this. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 2 is 10. Woohoo, it's 100. All right, negative and positive makes negative again. 150 divided by 2, that's like cutting it in half. So you can think of it as money. You have $1.50, you cut in half, you really have 75 cents, or 75. Okay, let's look at this one because it's a little bit different. We have 3 things here. This is a negative and a negative, so what I want you to do when you have more than 2 numbers is to just look at the first 2, and then we'll add the other ones on. Kind of like what we did with our adding and subtracting. So a -2 times a -5. Well, this is a negative and a negative, so this answer is going to be positive. 2 times 5 is 10. So now I have 10 times negative 4. Okay, so this is a positive and a negative, so I know my answer is going to end up being negative. 10 times 4 is 40, and there's my answer. Wow, how did these all end up to be negatives? My goodness, I must love negatives. Okay, a negative and a positive once again is a negative. Remember, this symbol right here, fraction, it does mean a fraction, but it also means to divide. Oh my goodness, don't let that stumble you, okay? It means to divide. 36 divided by 4, I know that is 9, and so my answer is negative 9. All right, I want you to pause. I want you to try all 5 of these, and then come back for your answers. All right, class, here are the answers. Check me, make sure I did it right. No, I'm pretty sure these are correct. So here is 60. We know it's a positive. This one I showed you that I did these first and then multiplied by the negative 6. This means division, so I divided. Here, once again, I did the first 2 because we like to go left to right, and then times it by 2. And then this means division again. All right, don't forget to do your Q&A. Come with any answers or any questions tomorrow.